Hello, welcome to Yin Yasa Yoga. My name's Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I will be leading you through this yin and yang balancing practice. So, the concept of yin and yoga is to balance out our yin and yang energies, which yin is our ground, calm, it's our connective tissue, it's deep within the body, it's the exhale. And yang is our muscular, active, heated, it's that inhale energy, it's the effort, right? And so many times we spend our days moving through yang effort. Primarily, our day is spent efforting, moving very quickly from one task to the next in a very active world. And so we need to balance out with our yin practice. And a yin practice is wonderful to balance the energy of the body, but also balancing the physical body by getting past muscular effort and into connective tissue. And so we build a smarter body physically and a smarter body mentally. And so yin yasa, what it does is it combines yin yoga and vinyasa flow together. So you get half the class in yin style with these long held stretches, and then the other half is moving those joints that you've informed and strengthened. So now you're moving them and informing the muscles around the joint to also work smarter. So it's a really wonderful practice and a practice that I highly recommend if you're trying to establish a home practice, perhaps, and you need some ideas. Throw in a couple of yin postures and just a little bit of flow, and you've got a nice practice, whether it's an hour, 45 minutes, or even 30 minutes. So today's practice, I'm actually going to show you how to do a 45-minute practice. So not a full hour, not a full hour and a half like we technically or typically do, but that a kind of shorter practice in case you don't have a full hour to get to your mat. You really only have a small amount of time, but you really want to balance out this practice. So we're going to do a good little 45-minute practice that's just going to move us, breathe us, open, and strengthen and inform. All right, so let's start in a just comfortable seat. And for this practice, you're going to need a yoga mat, you're going to need a couple of blocks, and a yoga blanket or some kind of blanket or cushion to sit on. All right, so let's find the palms of your hands on your thighs, the elbows releasing directly below your shoulders. Feel the sits bones nice and grounded and the crown of your head lifting up tall. From here, I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and take just a few moments just to start to connect in. When we come to our mat, sometimes we try to just rush right into our practice. I have this amount of time, I have this amount of effort. But the sitting and breathing part is just as important. Teaching your mind to settle in to a more yin aspect takes time. And so see if you can start to notice the mind as it's coming into the practice and notice the mind-breath connection. Then notice the breath-body connection. And how can we begin to settle into this present moment and prepare intentionally for our practice today? You know what kind of practice you're doing. You know where your body is in space. And you have control and activation of the breath through the mind. So take just another couple of breaths here. Good, and then you can slowly open the eyes or lift the gaze. And we'll come into our first yin posture today. And we're going to come into caterpillar, which is one of my favorite postures to do, even if you have one yin pose in you before your practice or for the whole day even. This or the next one that we'll do is are two of my favorites. So for our caterpillar, we just sit up on the edge of our blanket, legs extended forward, and we want to really soften any effort that we may have in those legs. So we're not trying to flex the feet, we're not trying to activate through the legs at all. We're trying to release muscular effort. From here, you just fold forward and let your head, your shoulders, your elbows all release. If your head dangling feels unsafe for you, you can separate the legs just a tiny bit more. Place your blocks just past your knees, stacking the blocks to whatever height you need, and then you can rest your forehead on the blocks as long as you're not doing this. So if the blocks are too high and you feel this kind of crunching and over extension through the back of the neck, then that's not good either. So we want to find a nice long neck and rest your forehead on your blocks. And then again, just releasing any effort that the body is bringing into the pose and connecting back to that deep, full breath. Okay, now just start to walk your hands back and roll yourself all the way up to sit, letting your head be the last piece of the puzzle. Good, and then we'll just come all the way back up to a vertical spine. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. So our next posture that we're going to come into is another one of my favorites. And in Yang Yoga, it's called, or Vinyasa Yoga, it's called pigeon. In Yin Yoga, it's called sleeping swan because the idea is that in a yin pose, over time, the pose becomes different. So it has a different name. So for this pose, you're going to need one blanket again. And we're just going to slide that blanket a little bit farther forward on your mat. And then you'll come onto hands and knees with kind of the blanket underneath you. From here, let's step the right leg forward so that your right knee goes about to the outside of the right wrist, wider than your waist. And your right shin is on a diagonal. And make sure that right foot is not on the blanket. So if you need to kind of pick up the blanket and move it, then do that. Then I'm going to slide my left leg back and keep the left leg extended about parallel to the side of the mat. The blanket should be across your pubic bone so that the muscles of the pelvis can rest. If you're really open in the hips, you may not desire your blanket. The blanket may be a little bit too high for you, but I recommend the blanket for most population, okay? From here, we're gonna just start to fold forward, and you can either fold all the way forward or you can place blocks underneath your chest and your head. If it doesn't feel okay to fold all the way forward to the ground for you just yet. So this is the posture we're going to come into. If this is not accessible to your knee, to your ankle, to whatever in your body, then I welcome you to lay on your back, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, lift that left leg. Don't try to hold on to the leg. Put this foot on something, a couch, a coffee table, a wall, whatever you have to help support. Yeah, and then from here, you can take the arms out to get a little bit of broadness across the chest. Okay, so let's come into our sleeping swan on the right side. Okay, from here, let's walk the hands back and begin to press into your hands. Once more, rolling up through the spine. Good. So from here, you can come back to hands and knees. You can just swing the left leg around, totally whatever transition makes sense for you. Some people even like a downward dog here. And so we're just going to switch to the opposite side. So this side, the left knee is forward and wide. The left shin is on a diagonal. That left foot is in front of the blanket, even if the blanket has to scoot back a little bit. We're going to tip up and over with the pelvis so the hips become neutral. If you're on your back, just simply cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And then the right foot is going to step onto coffee table, couch, wall, whatever you're utilizing. Again, you can fold forward or you can begin to bring the blocks underneath you. Good, and we'll just find this second side. Noticing first and always the difference between the two sides of the body and honoring that with breath. Okay, and now we walk the hands back. And once more, roll up through the spine. Good, and then you can just make your way back to sit. So if you're on your back, you can just roll yourself up. Good, you might want a couple of moments just to extend the legs forward again and kind of shake out the knees a little bit. Awesome. So we're going to do one more yin practice to round this out. And this one is heart bench, which again, I'm kind of giving you my three top choices if you needed to create a home, short and sweet yin yoga practice. So you're going to take your two blocks into a T on their middle height. Um, Understanding that you can adjust these two blocks. This one can go lower, this one can go higher based on what your needs are. This one can even go lower as well. Now, I like this one higher and this one medium. That's my own kind of perfect sweet spot. Then I turn away from my blocks and I lay back so that this long block hits right at the place where my middle back and my low back meet. So right at the place where the lumbar spine ends, thoracic spine begins, or depending on which way you're looking at it, thoracic spine ends, lumbar begins. Okay, and so then my shoulder blades wrap around the block. This is a nice back bend. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together, my knees apart. And it's a nice hip opener as well. So I'm supported through my thoracic spine. I'm arching through my lumbar spine, and I'm externally rotating my hips, and then my arms can go out to the side. My head is resting on the tall block, and just deep, full breaths here. All right, to come out of this pose, let's slowly and carefully bring the knees together. And roll over to your right side, coming off of your blocks very carefully. And then you can press into your left hand, roll up through your spine with your head dangling to come up to sit. And from here, we're just going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So you can slide your blocks off to the side. Good. Find your wrists under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. We're going to find a nice long spine and take an inhale, letting the chest and tail lift into your cow pose. And an exhale as you lift and round through the back, cat. Again, inhale, arch. We're moving the spine. We've done a lot with the spine in the yin poses. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Good, let's come to a nice long spine. Extend the right leg back. Good, spin the right heel down to the left, and let's start to shift into our left hand. Turn the chest up to the right and reach that right arm up alongside the right ear. Turn your palm to face overhead. Sweep the arm up and over, opening through the right side body. And then place that right hand down and come onto the ball of the right foot. From here, we'll lift the right leg up behind us. Sweep that right leg out to the side and place the foot down. Walk your hands back, come all the way up onto the left knee. Sweep the arms up, and as you exhale, tip over to the right, releasing the right arm down into gate pose. Good, breathing into the left side body here. Good, nice big full breath in. As you exhale, we come all the way back up. Place your hands down in front of you. From here, lift that right leg, swing it around behind, cross it all the way over to the left. Tuck your right toes, look over your left shoulder. Good, breathing into the right side body this time. Good, and then place the right knee beside the left and wag the hips. Find your long spine, extend your left leg back, tuck the toes. Spin the left heel to the right, shift into your right hand, and start to turn the chest up to the left. Left arm follows. Big full breath in. As you exhale, extend the left arm up and over the ear. Good, big breath as you ground into that left foot. And then spin the left heel up as you place your left hand down. Lift your left leg, sweep it out to the left. Place that foot down. Walk your hands back, come all the way up onto your right knee. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, lower the left arm and tip up and over to the left into gate pose, breathing into that right side. Good, a nice big breath in. As you exhale, just slowly come back up. Place your hands down in front of you. Lift your left leg, sweep it around behind, cross it over to the right, tuck those toes, look over your right shoulder. Try to see your left foot here. Good, and then place that left knee beside the right. One more time, wagging the hips from side to side. From here, let's tuck the toes, lifting up and back, downward facing dog. Good, pedal out through your feet. Awesome, and then let's walk those feet all the way to the top of the mat. And when you get there, hanging over your legs, just soften through the torso. Press down into your feet. Begin to feel the sits bones start to tip down towards the heels. And that's the action that starts to roll you up to stand. Good. Feel the torso long, the crown of your head lifting. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, open your arms, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale your arms out and up. And as you exhale, we're just going to bend the knees, finding Utkatasana. Inhale, grow tall as you stand. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, tall. Good. This time, as you bend the knees, open the arms into goddess arms or cactus arms. Bring the palms and the elbows together. Extend the arms out and bring them together. Extend out And together, good. And then extend just the elbows away. Keep the palms together. Bring them in front of your heart. Turn to the right for a twist. Maybe the left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. Press those palms, turning a little deeper. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Bend your elbows, bring palms and elbows together. Keep the palms together, open the elbows, palms together in front of your heart. Turn to the left, and this time the right elbow can find the outside of the left thigh. Good, breathe here. And then inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale all the way up to stand. Ooh, and shake out those legs. Nice. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. From here, step your left leg back to a lunge. Nice big step. Feel the right foot start to press forward, the left foot start to press back. And then keep the left hand down, turn to the right for a twist. Right arm can lift. Then we can internally rotate that shoulder, turning the palm face to face behind you. Bend your elbow, wrap the arm around. Good, lift the arm up. Place your right hand down, activate those feet. Bring your hands up to your thigh. Good, lift your arms. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, place your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. And as you exhale, let's lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale to a baby cobra. And exhale, press up and back, downward dog. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, place your right foot again between your hands. Spin your left heel down. Reach the left arm forward, come all the way up and open into warrior two. Flip your right palm and tip up and over to the left, peaceful warrior. Good, let's come back to warrior two. Place your right forearm onto your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and overhead, extended side angle. Good, again, come all the way back up to warrior two. Cartwheel those hands to either side of the front foot, spin onto the ball of your left foot, and then step forward with that left foot and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good, let's do all that on the other side. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Good, step your right leg back to a lunge this time. And we're gonna start to press the left foot forward, the right foot back. Awesome, keep your right hand down. Turn your chest to the left. Lift that left arm up and then internally rotate that shoulder, bend the elbow, wrap the arm. Nice. Release your left hand down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. This time exhale either chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale up dog or cobra, a little deeper back bend. Exhale downward facing dog. Good, big full breath in. Exhale, place your left foot between your hands. Spin your right heel down. Feel those feet press away from each other. Right arm goes forward and you reverse windmill up and open warrior two. Good, flip your left palm. Tip up and over to the right, peaceful warrior. Good, then back to warrior two. Place that left forearm to the left thigh. Reach your right arm up and overhead, extended side angle. Nice. And let's come all the way back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to either side of the left foot, spin onto the ball of the right foot. Step your right foot all the way forward, fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, step or hop back to downward facing dog. Good. Just come high onto your tiptoes. Good. Feel the chest reaching towards the thighs, but length through the back. And then just melt your heels. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, melt the heels. Inhale, lift high. And melt the heels. Good. Keep those heels reaching back. Come forward to plank. And back to dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Good. Again, plank. And dog. Awesome. Let's walk our hands all the way back to the feet. And find yourself at the back of your mat, hanging over your legs. Take a little sway from side to side. Good. And then let that sway walk your upper body all the way to the right. Folding towards your right leg. Come back to center and walk it all the way over to the left. And then again, back to center. Press down into your feet, start to roll up to stand. Good, standing tall again in your Tadasana. And let's just start to come up onto the ball of the right foot. Extend your right leg forward, flexing through that foot. And then point the toes so that your toes just graze the mat. Good, now we're gonna slowly come up onto the ball of the right foot, up onto the ball of the left foot. Place the right foot down, lift the left leg, tiny warrior three. Keep lifting up through the pelvis, sweep the left leg forward. Good, flexing through the foot. Point through those toes, let the toes lightly graze the mat. And then we're coming onto the ball of the left foot and the ball of the right foot. Switching down into the left foot, lift the right leg back behind you, tiny little bit, nothing crazy. And then lift up through the pelvis to sweep the right leg forward. Good, take it back behind you. And this time come into a little bit deeper warrior three. Good, maybe the arms go out to the sides, maybe they come alongside the ears. Keep the left knee just soft enough that you don't lock into that knee. Come all the way back up, sweep the right leg forward. Point the toes. Ball of the right foot, ball of the left foot. Place the right foot down, lift that left leg and come into warrior three. Good. Left hip tries to stay spinning down. I know that's the hard part of warrior three. Excuse me. All right, from here, let's come all the way up to stand, standing tall at the top of the mat. Remember, balance is not stillness. Balance means wobble. Balance means try. Balance means let your body work. And if something goes a little too far, it's going to show you because you're going to go off balance, right? So listen, open up your mind, open up your heart to all of the possibilities that your body can do. And who knows, maybe you go off a little bit to one side and you teach your body a little bit. So let's stand tall at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, we're going to come onto the balls of the feet and we're going to lower down into a toe squat. And your hands can come down to the mat or they can stay up, totally your choice. We're just on the balls of the feet. From here, you can keep the hands down or you can bring your palms together in front of your heart. Good. Just working the movement of the ankles and the feet. Awesome. And now from here, we're going to slowly make our way all the way down to sit. Awesome. Feet are still in front of us. Let's place the hands behind you, fingertips facing you. From here, press into your feet, lift your hips up. And as you exhale, let's lower the hips down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Awesome. Let's shift forward. Lift one leg. Lift the other leg, coming into boat pose. Balancing on the sacrum here. Breathe. Good, and then place those feet down and slowly make your way down to your back. Good. From here, let's just separate the arms out to the sides. Tip both knees to the left. Turn your head to the right. Breathing into this supine twist. Good. Come back to center. Take the knees over to the right. Turn your head to the left. And then again, knees back to center. Begin to find your Shavasana today. Extend your legs forward. Arms by your side. Start to release any tension you might still be holding in the body. And we'll find that ultimate balance of yin and yang within our Shavasana. So the mind is still working, the mind is efforting, but only slightly. Just enough to bring attention to the physical body, to the breath, and to stay present as you scan the body with the breath, so that you encourage the yin release and ground of the body. So notice your toes. Notice your ankles. Bring breath into your calves. Softening into your knees, your thighs. Bring awareness to the pelvis and the hips. Deep breaths into the belly and ribs. Soften into your chest and shoulders. Down your upper arms. Find a softening of your elbows. Down into your forearms and wrists. Feel a release of the palms of your hands. Every finger releases. Bring that awareness up into your throat, your jaw, your lips, your nose, your cheeks and ears. Soften into your eyes and eyelids, temples, all the way up through the forehead, the back of the skull, and the crown of your head. Everything just letting go. And now that the mind has done the scan of the body, encouraging that letting go, the mind can simply rest into the breath. Watching gently the inhale and the exhale as it comes in and flows out. Begin to deepen into your breathing. Begin to slowly bend your knees, placing the feet onto the mat. And roll yourself over to your right side. Press into your left hand, and with the head dangling, begin to roll yourself up to sit. And just finding a nice, tall, lengthened spine. I invite you again to let the eyes close or find a soft downward gaze, to take a moment of reflection, not on the physical postures that your body did, but on the time that you just took out to really focus and breathe, to union yin and yang within the mind and the body, and to find your yoga, that peace within you that is always there, and you can call upon it anytime you need it. Let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts, bowing our heads with honor and gratitude for this practice, for the ability to come together virtually, and for one another, as we support and uplift one another along this journey together. Namaste.